Are you taping?
I am.
Are you going to laugh during this whole thing?
Nope.
Okay, for my talent, I'm going to show you guys how to make the best slab of pork ribs you ever had in your life. First of all, what you want to start off with is get yourself this type of a rib here. It's a St. Louis style rib. They should be under $3 a pound. The little baby backs, you pay a lot of money for not a whole lot of meat. These are kind of meaty. And then the spare ribs are the old tough pig ribs, but get the St. Louis styles. What you want to do first of all with the ribs, obviously there's a meat side to them, and then this is the bone side on this side. There's a skin on here. We got to take this skin off of here. And it's a bit of a challenge. You got to get underneath that little bit of skin. And once you get it started, you can peel it off, but it is a little bit of a challenge. This is the worst part of the whole thing. Wow. This must have been an ornery old pig. Wow. It's normally not this tough to do. But in the end, it's worth it. Man. All right, I like to cut my ribs in about 4 or 5 rib sections, a little bit easier to handle that way. So we'll just count over 1, 2, 3, 4 bones, and we'll cut right down there. I'll go another 1, 2, 3, 4 bones, cut down there. And that makes nice sections. You just take the rib sections and rinse them off under the water, pull out some of the excess fat, make sure all the bone shavings from the saw, butcher's saw, is off of there. I even got a pack of beef ribs. We'll throw some of these on there too. These are more bone than they are meat, but they still turn out really good. Do them the same way. Another nice thing about beef ribs, you don't have to skin them. There's no skin on these. So we'll just open these up, rinse them off, and then we'll rub them with the pork ribs. Good. Next thing we want to do is rub the ribs. It's going to be just a dry rub. Just take a section of rib, throw a little oil on it, work that in. I just like to work right on top of another rib, so anything that goes over the top just goes onto the next rib. Rub a little bit of that olive oil in there. I even grab a little bit of Jesse James honey whiskey. Throw a little bit of that on there. That's optional. And then to rub them, just go online and find yourself a rib rub recipe. It's paprika, brown sugar, dogs barking, and there's onion powder, garlic powder, salt, pepper, all kinds of stuff inside this rib rub. You just take and rub a little bit of that on there. You don't want to coat them too heavy because you're going to block up a lot of the meat. We want to make sure the smoke gets through the meat and not just stop at the rub. It should look about like that. Do that with the whole pile. All right, now we got our ribs all rubbed. We'll take them out. We'll just let them sit aside here. We'll put a piece of plastic wrap over them, let them sit for a couple hours. Time to go out and get the fire going. It's just about enough for me. Okay, get your fire going in your grill or in your smoker, whatever you got. You may not have a good professionally built smoker like this one here, but whatever you got will work. Weber grill works fine. You just got to make sure you don't get any direct fire on the ribs themselves. We just want to smoke them. So in here, we'll put our ribs on. I got a couple of racks here, and I've got a plate between the fire and the racks, so you don't get any fire directly on the ribs. Put all your ribs on, bone side down. Uh-oh, somebody's coming. Don't forget about all that goodness. That goes on top. Close them up, let them smoke at about 225 degrees for about an hour and a half to 2 hours. Hey, what time is it?
Noon.
Close enough. After about an hour, they look like this. Don't put any sauce on them. Just like that, they'll be great.
Holy crud!
All right, it's been about an hour and a half. Show you what we got here. We've been cooking a little bit hotter than 225. This thing is going maybe more like about 300, 350, so we're a little bit warm. You see what you got here? These things come out with a real nice crust on them. All right. What most people do now is slather this stuff full of barbecue sauce and leave them in there, get all hot, and that just wrecks everything. Take them like this, put them in an aluminum pan, or wrap them all in aluminum foil. We're going to throw them back in here, or you can put them in your oven at about 225 and let them sit for about 3 hours, and they'll come out perfect. There's the beefy ones. Seal them up tight. Gonna keep the moisture in there. Back they go. 2 or 3 hours at 250 degrees. All right, time's up. They've been in here for 3 hours. Let's go see what we got. Time for the unveiling. Ooh, I can smell the smoke. Uh-oh. Look at them babies. Knife goes right through them. Perfectly done. Nice smoke line around there. That's a meal. Don't really need any sauce on them. You can eat them just like they are. These are so good they'll make you cry.
Now that's talent.